Stuart, on the field, planning is already well advanced for the new season, and securing a player of the quality of Yanis Hadji. Is this the start of the board once again backing the manager on the transfer market?
Yeah, absolutely. We were delighted to secure Yanis on a permanent deal. You could see in a few months he was here, what a great addition he'll be to the squad, what a great asset he'll be to the club. As Ross has said recently, there's a lot of work has been going on through the COVID situation. The work hasn't stopped, and if anything, the scouting and recruitment team have been working harder than ever, and that's with a view to make sure we've got the strongest possible team on the pitch for the start of the season. The scouting work has been extensive on that side of things, and we're looking forward to some more announcements coming in the not too distant future.
Rangers have been working hard to ensure that they will have the ability to stream our own games when matches recommence. Can you explain how this will work for Rangers and the club supporters?
Yeah, the streaming, the detail of it still to come together, Nick, but we're very conscious of the fantastic backing we've had in terms of the season ticket sales so far, and it really has been incredible when you consider everything that's going on. And that's allowed us to do things like the Yanis Hadji deal, and allow us to do other deals going forward as well. But in terms of the streaming, what we're setting out to do, and we will do, is to ensure that every season ticket holder has access to the Rangers home matches, and that's regardless of whether you're a Sky subscriber or not. You will get access to Rangers TV to watch those home matches, because we're conscious that we need to get value for the fans who've bought the season tickets, and that's really important we do that. So that'll be one way we'll be getting the value to the fans. We're also looking at other ways at the moment, and there'll be other announcements that we'll be making in the coming weeks, well in advance of the season starting. At the moment, we're working on the basis that the season's going to start at the beginning of August. That will obviously depend on the government restrictions, but at the moment, it's looking as though it'll be the beginning of August, probably behind closed doors initially, maybe with small crowds. Again, I know there's a lot of work going on that side of things. There's the joint response group, for example, that's been set up by the SFA and the SPFL. We've been well represented, very prominently represented in those subgroups there in terms of looking at the medical provision, the testing provision. Mark Waller's been looking at that side of things. The biosecure stadiums we're going to have to provide, the training facilities we're going to have to provide for the players. So there's been a lot of work going on in the background in the past few weeks to make sure that we can be ready to play and be ready to go as soon as we can, and make sure that we're on the front foot when we are ready to play.
Another highlight in recent weeks has been the announcement of the new partnership with Stewart. What are some of the benefits, short and long term, for the club?
It's a really exciting time for the club. I know James Bisgrove's been interviewed a couple of times about it, and I think you can see from the Stewart guys as well. Tom and Phil have been terrific to deal with so far. We're really excited about what it means for us going forward. I think it means clearly from the club's perspective, there's a new revenue stream there. But I think more than that, we're dealing with a business which is a young business, which is really creative in its ideas. We've been really impressed with the way that the guys have approached the partnership so far. Really positive ideas and creativity they've brought to the party. We're also really excited by the digital aspect of their business, and already we're learning from that, and we're looking to take some of the learnings from them into our business. With a new website about to be launched in a month's time or thereabouts, and that will certainly be a massive improvement of what we've got at the moment. It'll also help from a retail perspective, because the fans will be able to buy through our website, through the Rangers website. It'll also, the shop at the ground will be a new retail store. It'll be reopened in August as well, and that's another exciting project that we've got ongoing at the moment. It's a hugely exciting time for us. Another aspect of normalising the business. It's another part of the business that we can now get to really focus on, and to try and drive revenues that we can then flow back into the team and get on the pitch. As we've seen already, the revenues that come in from the supporters and the board and the investors have been fantastic. But if we can add to that, and we can add to the commercial revenues through James and his team's efforts, then that gives us more money to put back on the pitch and to strengthen the team.
Off the park, can you give an update on the club's wider plans for Edmondson House and the stadium?
Yeah, I mean, you've some of fans, I know that I've seen bits and pieces in the press recently about some of the work that we're looking to do. I'm really pleased to say that we've got approval to progress these projects to the next stages. There's lots going on off the pitch. We are looking. You mentioned Edmiston House there, Nick. That's going to be a real centrepiece of the 150th anniversary celebrations that are well underway in the planning. What we're looking to create there is a really modern, state-of-the-art facility, which is going to be hopefully lead us into the next 150 years of our history, and will help facilitate the commercial growth of the club. But it's going to be a multi-purpose offering. It's going to be the club-focused offerings. Like we're looking at a retail facility over 2 stories. We're going to use it with a multi-purpose conference, function, event, concert space, and that will be used as a fan zone on match days. And the beauty is it'll actually be undercover. We know what the weather's like in the west of Scotland, and one of the big drawbacks of fan zones sometimes is how you provide for the inclement weather that we get in the west of Scotland. But we'd be looking at having probably 1,300 capacity or thereabouts conference venue on the ground floor, and that opens up a lot of commercial avenues for the clubs in terms of conferences, functions, weddings, concerts. We're looking at it as a concert venue as well, and discussions we've had with some of the concert promoters, they're really excited by what it will bring to the city. It'll have access to the subway, access to the motorway. So a very accessible venue that'll add to what's already quite a vibrant sort of music scene in Glasgow, and Glasgow's well renowned for. But the bit that really excites me personally is that we're going to put a museum in there, and that'll be the first floor of the 2-story building. And the building itself, I think, having seen the initial images, and the architects have taken inspiration from, Rangers Govan upbringing, and the fact we've been established in Govan and Ibrox for so long, and we're very proud that we're a key part of this community, and it means a lot to us. And I think the designs of the buildings will give a nod to those to the history of the club and its relationship with this area. But as I say, I think the museum is going to be really exciting. It will be great for the Rangers fans. It will be great for the tourists of the city. And I think in terms of the facility as a whole, it's going to be a terrific asset for the club going forward. Now, we've seen that, it's been mentioned again in the press as well, that there's potential development in the Albion car park. And the plan there is that we're looking at selling half of the car park, and the funds from that will go towards the building of Edmiston House, new Edmiston House. And really what we're doing there is taking what's essentially a non-revenue generating asset, taking the capital from that, putting it into an asset which will generate revenues for the club going forward. And the more revenues we can generate, the more profit we can generate, the more we can provide to Stephen and the team, and strengthen the team and strengthen what we've got in the park. On top of that, it's already been announced, and James again announced a while ago, we're looking to renovate what's known as the Girl Suite at the moment and turn it into the Blue Sky Lounge, and really bring that into an up-to-date, modern hospitality facility. We've been fortunate in our travels over the last couple of years. We've seen some terrific facilities in places like Bern, Vienna, Moscow, and if we can try and replicate that kind of facility for Ibrox, I think the supporters are going to have a great experience and trying to improve that match day experience for the spectators. We're also looking to uplift Bar 72 and rename it into Club 72, and that will become more of a hospitality venue as well. So it's all about improving the match day experience for supporters. That will result in improved facilities around about the ground as well. And a lot of this work has been ongoing now for the last 18 months to 2 years, and a lot of it with a view to the fact that 2022 it's a massive year for the club. It's the 150th anniversary of the club's founding. It's the 50th anniversary of the European Cup Winners' Cup win as well. So there's going to be a whole series of events being planned, and James and his team are busy already planning those events. And these will be announced in the coming months as to what we're going to do. But we're all very excited by that. But Edmiston House will form the centrepiece of those celebrations. What it will also allow us to do is convert the mega store, and we'll look at converting that into some kind of sports bar, or it may be some kind of other leisure facility. We've not got the plans finalised on that yet. We look forward to the planning applications in for all of this shortly. and I think it's a really exciting development for the club as a whole.
And Stuart, just when you mentioned about the Albion car park there, is it correct that there will be additional parking provided for supporters elsewhere to make up for what's lost?
Yes, there will be, Nick. That's been really important for us, that we have, to be honest, we've actually held the thing back to get to a position where we know we can provide. And it is actually, there's a couple of bits of land we're looking at, and we're making progress on that. We'll be able to replace the spaces we'll lose through the flats that will go into the Albion car park. So that's something that's really important. We're conscious that it's difficult enough to get parking when people come to the match, but we are well advanced with a solution to that. We're also pleased, as we announced earlier, to be offering supporters a £25 voucher, and the details of how to obtain that voucher will be published on the website shortly as well. So there'll be an email address, and there will be, again, if you can contact the club through that, we'll get the voucher sorted out, and I'd say that will happen. That will happen imminently.
Going back to the football, are you able to comment on the club position relating to games missed last season?
I think it's been well documented how frustrated the club has been at the way the season ended. We tried hard to get the games played and to get the season finished. It didn't happen, and we're not thrilled at that. But ultimately, we have to now focus on season 2021. But that was disappointing. But we appreciate that the supporters and the hospitality clients didn't get those final games of the season. What we would ask, and hopefully what you can see from what I've laid out in the last 10-15 minutes or so, is that the funds from those season tickets and hospitality purchases have all been invested in the club. They've all been invested to strengthen the on-pitch and the off-pitch experience, and we want to make sure that we come out of this situation on our front foot. We want to be in as strong a position as we possibly can going into next season, and we appreciate that the situation recently won't have been easy for a lot of people. We appreciate that supporters, and some in particular, will maybe experience hardships. So if those supporters want refunds, then obviously that's there, and we will facilitate that for them. What we would ask is that to the extent they can, and we appreciate that's not always going to be easy, but to the extent that they can, hopefully they can see that money is going to be reinvested in the playing squad and in the off-field infrastructure of the club. And that has been done to get us in as strong a position as possible going into the new season and seasons beyond that as well. But we do appreciate that it will be difficult for some supporters, and in those situations we'll obviously seek to provide refunds.
And Stuart, do you have a specific update for hospitality clients?
Yeah, we'll be updating the hospitality VIP clients over the course of the next few weeks, specifically with various payment options. Obviously, the hospitality clients will also get the access to Rangers TV to watch the home games, which will be streamed over Rangers TV. So it goes without saying that they will get that. And I know that James and his team, James and Pippa and the team, have had various webinars with hospitality guests and have been speaking to them, a lot of them individually as well. So again, if there's any questions, please just let us know. Come to the club with your queries and we'll deal with them. But there will be communications going out shortly to provide you with an update on the payment options there.
There's also been a lot said recently about the club's new digital strategy. Can you give an update on that, please?
Yes, there's been a lot of work and again a lot of investment going into that side of the business. The club's digital strategy is absolutely, it's really vital for the club going forward. We need to get to a stage where it's driving the business forward. We want to get to single sign-on. What that means is that you literally only have to sign in once to the club website to get access to all the different platforms, be it ticketing, be it Rangers TV, be it retail, whatever it is we're offering, soccer schools, soccer academy, then we want one sign-in for the supporters. There's been a lot of investment to get that. The first element of that, the first part of that you'll see coming through will be the new website, which we'll be launching into early July. And again, that's looking really it's looking fantastic based upon what I've seen so far. The other thing we're looking at, and again, this has been long sought after by supporters, is to have a fully connected stadium and have an operational Wi-Fi system. And we're making good progress on that front as well. Hopefully, no promise, but hopefully we'll have that in place for the start of next season. And on top of that, it's a bit non-digital as well, but we're actually looking at refreshing the externals of Ibrox, and it's looking tired just now, so we want to give that a lift. But going back to the digital strategy, that's really important for the club going forward. It'll aid communication between supporters and the club. It'll assist with our marketing efforts, but more than anything, it should just enhance the fan experience and improve the experience that the fans have when they're dealing with the club.
And we're of course mindful of our supporters across the world. How will the digital strategy impact upon them?
Well, hopefully what they'll see, I mean, obviously we're very aware of our global fan base, Nick, and we really appreciate the support that we get from the Rangers fans all over the globe. We have also strengthened in that in the past year with our partnerships with Orange County and Bengaluru, which are important, and they're both progressing really well at the moment as well. But we're looking in particular, in terms of supporting the fans who are overseas, we're looking at, there's some investment going into Rangers television as well, to ensure the capacity and the bandwidth is there, to give them the best experience of following Rangers as well. And that's not just the match days, that will be in terms of the level of content and coverage of other topics that Rangers TV will be showing in time to come. But hopefully our fan base overseas, which is really important, and which we're also always looking to grow, will see real benefits from the investment that we're making in the digital side of the business.
Everyone is obviously looking forward to the resumption of football. How are the club's plans for pre-season looking?
Clearly, I mean, everybody's missing the football. I'm sure the fans are missing it as well. It's what we're all here for. It'd be great to get back to it. The plans are coming together well. There's been a lot of background work. Ross and the team, the medical team, as you can imagine, have got really extensive plans in place for when the players come back. We're hoping to be back towards around about the 15th of June. That's the plan at the moment. And as I say, there's been a lot of detailed work been done behind the scenes there. We look forward to announcing a couple of pre-season friendlies as well. Obviously we need to get the guys up and running again and back into that side of things. But we need to do it safely and we need to do it carefully. And as I say, there's been a lot of work done in the background there. It looks as though the League Cup is going to be moved back to October, November time. Not been confirmed yet, but that's the latest. And we're still waiting to hear from UEFA as to when we'll be playing the second leg of the Bayer Leverkusen tie. Again, indications early August, but we've not had that confirmed. I think there's a UEFA executive committee meeting mid-June, and we're hoping to hear then. That hopefully will also confirm the details of the Europa League qualifiers for next season, which will be great to get those dates firmed up as well, and then we can start really properly planning for what we're going to do. But no, the plans are going well. The guys are itching to come back. They've all really missed it. I know we've missed it. The fans have missed it. It'll just be good to get everybody back, but to do it safely and do it carefully.